Jamie Jackson, Manchester's correspondent for The Guardian, joins us now. Right, Jamie?
Hi, JJ.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hello, mate.
How are you, Jamie? You good?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you two boys?
Yeah,
Not bad,
we're
Jamie,
good,
not
mate. We're
bad,
good.
mate.
Look, big night of action. There's plenty more to come as well. Arsenal v Man United. Huge fixture. Arsenal got themselves back in form. It's going to be a tough one for Manchester United. How have you rated Amorim's first few games in charge?
Yeah, he's unbeaten. He's won 2 of them. Drew that first one at Ipswich, in which they weren't very good, apart from the Rashford goal in the first 10 minutes. He's certainly got a lot more, how can I say it, media presence than Ten Hag. Listen, I've been around the block a few times with different managers after Ferguson. He himself keeps saying that they're going to get found out, or they're going to have tough times, and he's correct. Doesn't mean to say that when those tough times come, people will be any less forgiving about it, the fans or people like us. So yeah, this Arsenal game tomorrow will be a bit of a test. It's the same old United though. I could see them going there and maybe nicking a win, but at the same time I could see them going there and getting hammered. You just don't know. He's without Martinez and Mainu, who are suspended. Now there's 2 of his best players, right? 2 players you probably, apart from Fernandes and possibly Rashford, would maybe get into another like a proper club squad, if you like, that's doing well, like an Arsenal's, for example, or City. He's without 2 of those. It's going to be tough.
Jay, he's unsurprisingly he's gone with his 3-4-3 formation. It is a very different system. They seem to have adapted pretty well. Do you still think he's finding out which players he wants in that formation? Because Rashford went down the middle against Ipswich, and then we saw Xerxes start there against Everton the week with Rashford out on the wider right or left, wherever it was. Yeah. Is he starting to nail down now, do you think, what this team looks like in the next 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah, a little bit, Jay. I mean, obviously, the other one I didn't mention, he won't be with, he won't have at Arsenal, is Luke Shaw. Now, he's a player I think he'd like to, be in his first team, either as a left centre-back or the left wing back. I think with regard to Rashford, you're going to see him basically in that position now, which is wide left, because he said, I think it was after the Ipswich game, that centre forward is maybe not his best position, even though I personally think he's got the tools to play there. And Xerxes surprised me against Everton. He looked really good, not just his 2 goals, but his touch coming off the front, collecting. He was getting chopped in the ankles, but brave enough to take it, not lose the ball. But he's starting to get a bit of a handle on it. Diallo so far has been a massive winner, under Amorim. He's played really well, played excellent against Everton. So I think he's nailed down for a bit. And so you get to someone like Garnacho, right? And you think, well, where's he going to fit? Because there's only we haven't mentioned, or I haven't mentioned Fernandes in terms of where he's going to play. If Mainu plays, I know he's suspended tomorrow, but if Mainu plays, then Fernandes is going to be like a wide right player. So that's wide position for Garnacho. So, this 3-4-3 thing, I happened to ask him on Friday, actually, ahead of this the Everton game, are you always going to 100% stick with that? And he was like, no, I will play a 4 at the back if it comes to it and all the rest of it. But by all accounts, in Portugal, with Sporting, it was kind of unheard of that. So, it's all sort of there to be seen, really.
Okay.
Yeah, it's do you think that 3-4-3 can be a success in the Premier League in the modern day?
I mean, Cundy played it, didn't he, when Chelsea won the league? But I mean, it's really a 5, isn't it, when you defend? I mean, my sort of basic answer is no, because I've never really seen it. Apart from Conte's a good example, but I don't think that system now, if it was Conte now, would work. It's going back 9 years? Was it 2016, 2017? I can't quite remember. It's never ever a proactive way of playing. United fans always scream, that they want to play attacking football. And of course, that is the tradition of Ferguson. But again, Ferguson is a long time ago now. The back end of Ferguson is now 12 years ago. So maybe they themselves have got to sort of, some of them anyway, get a bit more realistic. But no, I can't really see it being successful. But you always get a manager, if he's any good, who come along and sort of prove people like, mugs like me wrong sort of thing. So let's wait and see.
Jay, who are the players that you fear for a little bit? Is there anyone in this squad that you look at and think further down the line might struggle to feature in this formation?
Well, Garnacho is one of them. I'm interested to see what happens in midfield, because I mentioned there that Mainu would probably be one of the sort of, because it's only 2 midfielders, yeah. So Fernandes, is he going to be happy playing wide right? I mean, he we asked him about this recently. Oh yeah, I played Portugal, sort of different positions, but I don't think he's going to drop him. But I don't know if he's going to be particularly happy if he's, when you watch him when he plays, Fernandes, he likes to get about a bit. I mean, Casemiro, yeah, he's sort of old now with regard to his peak years. Maguire, I don't see. Maguire and De Ligt are basically the same player for me. I don't think. I think they've got about 6 centre backs, right? If you include Yoro, who's always is a centre back, but's been injured.
Yeah,
Lindelof. And I'd be interested to see who he goes for. He definitely needs something down the left-hand side. Yeah, in terms of a full-back, a left-back, or a left wing-back he can rely on. Because I don't think Dallow's going to, last too long, or he's not like a natural fit there. That's why the Luke Shaw thing. I mean, I think we can all say, or I can certainly say that at 29, Luke Shaw is always going to be injury plagued because that's basically good. He's been there since the 20. He signed just before the 2014 World Cup. I think he's the longest-serving player now there. What's that? 10 years. And I looked at his stats. I know. I looked at his stats. I think he's only played about 170 times for them, full stop. And his England caps are only about 25, 30, even though we all expect.
It's tragic.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah. I mean,
when he's fit, he's really good.
Absolutely. But
yeah, I mean, he's a really good player. So, if you're Amorim and you're going to be cutthroat about it and you're needing to sell to buy, maybe Luke Shaw is someone they'll say, you know what, maybe it's time to sort of just move him on. Not because he's not good enough, but because of what we're talking about. You can't rely on a player. What's the point in having him? I'm sorry, it sounds a bit cutthroat, but that's football, right?
Yeah, well, indeed. Because no good on the bench.
Just a quick score prediction. How do you see it, James?
3-1 to Arsenal.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a surprise, to be honest.
No, not at all. A good team.
All right, James, top man, mate.
Jake.
Thanks for coming on.
Take care.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.